Thursday morning. I'm Wayne in a greying, miserable UK, which is about sums it up really. That's the weather, not the country, although the country could be the same. Welcome. Let me know where you are in the world in the comments box below. And yeah, I'm enjoying doing these lives in the morning. They just kind of give me a little bit of connection with the outside world, which is pretty good. And today, got a little bit of news. We're going to go through some celebrity news. Now, I didn't realise this, but according to the gossip, Scarlett Johansson, she's could be heading towards the Batman universe. Now, according to a new report, Scarlett Johansson is currently in talks with Matt Reeves and the much anticipated The Batman Part 2. Nothing's final at this time, but the film is set for release in 2027, so they've only really got a year to film it and put it all together before it's released. And I think that's quite interesting. So could Scarlett Johansson be swapping from Marvel to DC? Obviously, she's known for playing Black Widow in the MCU, and at one point, I think they were contracted. So if they appeared in a Marvel film, they weren't allowed to appear in a DCU film. Obviously, contracts change, and they might only be time limited. So it could have been that she was restricted to the MCU for 5 years up until her contract expired, and now she's free to explore the DCU as well, which would be quite an interesting prospect. And I wonder what character she would be playing in the Batman Part 2. So beyond swapping allegiances from Marvel to DC, it would mark the latest in a wide range of franchises that Johansson has been signed up for. Obviously, more recently, she was in the Jurassic World franchise. And yeah, with Jurassic World Rebirth, that was reasonably successful, but I don't think it was as successful as what they were hoping. Not as successful as some of the other Jurassic World films. So that's what she's up to. She's also making adding a directorial role with her debut film Eleanor the Great. So we'll see what if she is good behind the camera as she is in front of the camera. So Batman Part 2 has faced a rocky road to release. It was bringing back the Caped Crusader for another film with Patterson as the Batman. Now, it hasn't been a straightforward release for them. It's cost them, well, the first film earned $772 million at the box office, and it's expected that the Batman Part 2 will probably gross something similar. But where does this film fit into the James Gunn universe? I don't know. I mean, there are rumours around that James Gunn has only got about 18 months left at Warner Brothers anyway, because the prospective takeover with Warner Brothers, who's going to buy Warner Brothers is still very much a question of doubt. No one knows exactly. But Netflix have placed in an offer. Would it be a good thing for Warner Brothers to be bought out by Netflix? I'm not sure. It would create a massive behemoth of pop culture just there. I mean, something that could rival Disney. I mean, it wasn't that long ago it seemed like Disney was just going around popping the champagne corks and buying up every other franchise and film company. So, as I say, the Batman is due for release next year. So, coming up in other news, and try and do this a little bit more prepared than what I have been. Right. Are you a fan of Percy Jackson? Did you enjoy the franchise, the films? And then Disney obviously made it into a TV series as well. So Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 2, this looks like it's been greenlit and it's coming out. So the trials of Percy Jackson are to continue with Season 2. And hopefully they're going to do a proper adaptation of the books this time. But we'll have to wait and see. So there's been an official release trailer release for Percy Jackson Season 2, and this will be adapting the second book in the series, The Sea of Monsters. Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 2 picks up roughly 1 year after the events of Season 1, in which Percy Jackson, Walker Scobell, the half-human, half-demigod of Poseidon, it was the Lightning Thief, wasn't it? They redid that. So Toby Stevens is to return as Zeus, and Lance Reddick, Lightning Bolt, with the help from fellow demigod Annabeth, which was Leah Savin Jeffries, and Stray Protector Goffrey, Aaron Simondor. Not only has Grover gone missing during his quest abroad for the lost god Pan, but Percy and Annabeth return to camp and Half-Blood to Camp Half-Blood to discover that the magical tree that protects the camp from outsiders is dying off. So it sounds very much like they're just going to be remaking the second film as well, but hopefully they'll go on and make the rest of the books. Hi, Miss Sherry. 14. No release date yet, but if they've put out a trailer, then it's got to be coming pretty soon. I'd have thought, possibly over Christmas. So Annabeth gets her time to shine in Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 2. And what do you think of these seasons on Netflix and everything else? They're only they're only about 8 episodes, aren't they? I mean, very rarely do we now get a series that goes on for 20 plus episodes. NCSI was 20 plus episodes until the pandemic. Then obviously they reduced the series length because of the filming restrictions, but they haven't returned it back to 20 plus episodes. And I always feel, hiya, my name's Wayne, and yeah, just I've started to do morning lives just to reach out and connect with people, because I am useless at responding to comments, which I am something that I aim to improve upon. But I think it's also easy just to have a bit of a connection with people and say, hi, how are you? Whereabouts are you in the world? What's the weather like? I'm here in the UK, and it's a grey, miserable morning, but that's life in the UK at the moment. So yeah, I'm always intrigued as to know where my audience is in the world. So just let me know in the comments and what the weather's like as well. So for the first 2 episodes of Percy Jackson, oh right, so we've now got a release date. So Season 2 is going to, it says December the 10th, so that's next week. So next week, Season 2 of Percy Jackson, and I'm looking forward to that. I enjoyed the first season, and my daughter enjoyed the first season as well. So we've got something to look forward to on Disney. It's also interesting to see how they've adapted the books. I haven't read the books personally, but it's quite they don't always get the things right, do they? So speaking of NCSI, there's can't speak now. NCIS, sorry. Then there's an Origins season, and that's Season 2. Now I haven't seen these, so we'll have to delve into NCSI Origins. They've made a couple of different seasons, haven't they? You've got NCSI, is it Los Angeles and Sydney, Australia? So I think they're doing the same as what they did with the what's the criminal one? Law and Order. Law and Order kind of had all those different categories, didn't it? As did Criminal Minds. They'd done a few different seasons of that. So in Origins, I think they're obviously delving into the origins of NCSI. I haven't seen it myself, so I can't really comment too much. I was a fan of the original series. I thought it was really nice. And you had Ducky, he was a great character, and he was in Man from U.N.C.L.E. as well. But I forget the character's name. Unfortunately, he passed away about 18 months ago, didn't he? Which is a shame. So what you up to? It's Thursday. What are you up to? I'm going to be meeting a couple of friends a little bit later on for a cup of coffee and a chat. and take it from there. Avatar, the third Avatar film is due for release over the next couple of weeks. Fire and Ash, will you be watching it? Are you interested in Avatar? Okay. Your favourite genre of movies and TV show? Try it. I've been trying to do these questions and answers. So start Q&A. Here you go. Right. Answer. So my favourite genre of TV is science fiction. I enjoy science fiction. That's why I've kind of started to write science fiction stories myself, because I've been into the genre since I was a kid, and that's what motivates me for the stories that I write. So I still can't get the hang of this. These little question things pop up, and it's like, have you tried this? Yeah, I'm trying it. Answer. I have answered it. No. Oh, I don't know. So, okay then. Right. Okay. So, in other news, Stranger Things. Stranger than Stranger Things. So, have you been watching Stranger Things? Are you fully up to date? I'm sitting on the fence still. I've watched all the previous seasons, and I was looking forward to season 5. But then Netflix have done they've split it, haven't they? So you've got the first 4 seasons out now, 4 episodes even, and then the next couple are coming a bit later on in the month, with the final episodes being released on New Year's Day, and I'm I'm not happy about that. I'd rather sit down and watch the entire season rather than have it broken up. So I've kind of withdrawn from watching the current episodes. But what do you think? Should I sit down and watch the 4 episodes before the next batch are released? I have heard some positive things about this season so far. I really hope they stick the landing. But have you been watching Stranger Things? Let me know in the chat below. And tell me what you think. Are you enjoying it? Have you? I mean, I tried to get my wife into watching Stranger Things, but it wasn't really her thing for some reason, which I find a bit odd, because it's very much, it's got the nostalgia of Goonies with a little bit of Poltergeist and the paranormal in there as well, so Ghostbusters. And I think the Duffer Brothers have done a really good job. They have had 1 or 2 misses with the seasons. I think season 3 was possibly a bit weak, but overall, I like what they've done with the show, and I'm intrigued to see how they finish it off, and will they stick that landing. Harry Potter as well is being filmed, the TV series, and I kind of wonder whether or not the TV series of Harry Potter will have the success of the films. Obviously, it's a massive franchise with a huge fan base, but will they be able to pull it off? Because Harry Potter is a very unique phenomenon, because not only did we have the books and the films, they were all kind of released at the same time. Obviously, I think the first 2 books were published first, and then the films come afterwards. And the audience for Harry Potter have grown up with the books and the films coming out spontaneously. So I think they might struggle to capture that same magic with the TV series. Obviously, some people are going to be hanging around because they are really into Harry Potter. But it's an interesting one, I think. And obviously, Game of Thrones, will we ever get that final 2 books from J.R.R. Martin? Is he ever going to write them? Who knows? I mean, he just seems to be so self-absorbed with who he is and his other projects. And I think if you're a fan of a series, you want it to come to a conclusion. And he's not getting any younger, is he? I mean, J.R.R. Martin could... How many more years has he got left, and how many more years has he got left being able to write? So I do think he should just concentrate on finishing off his books rather than messing around with some of the other stuff that he does. So just do a little bit of nostalgia. So films from 1959. I enjoyed movies from the 50s. I think it is one of the part of the golden era of cinema, and the actors are legends from that period, aren't they? Dean Martin for one. He sticks in my mind. Um, Elizabeth Taylor, another classic actress. Of course, perhaps I shouldn't do these lives. So, Michael Caine. I mean, Michael Caine's been going on forever, hasn't he? And he was starting his career in the 1950s and 60s, and he produced quality classic British films. The Italian Job, for one, that sticks in. That's there. Um, the Okay. Name your favourite. What are we talking about? Tell me your favourite Michael Caine film. For me, it's got to be The Italian Job. He done really well in his later career with Batman as the butler. But what's your favourite? Zulu. That's a classic Michael Caine film. And so, what's your favourite Michael Caine film? And he's done so many films, hasn't he? Muppets. I enjoyed him in the Muppets as well. He's somebody that I don't think takes himself too seriously. So I'm going to be here for another minute or two. If you're new to the live, let me know where you are in the world, and what's the weather like as well. So yeah. In fact, actually. So yeah. So any comments? Yeah, just leave a comment. Just have a bit of a dialogue between us. It's always good. All right. So, what is your favourite film of all time? For me, it's Aliens. I'm a massive Aliens fan, and I've almost met the entire crew that are left. There's only there's two that I haven't met so far, and it's Carrie Henn and Sigourney Weaver. But I've been able to meet everybody else. You have 104. Okay. 104 what? Obviously, coming up to Christmas, you get all the classic films. I can imagine that there's going to be at some point the Ten Commandments and Ben-Hur and Spartacus are all going to be on the TV at some point. And Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without one of those films. So, all right. Okay, I'm going to call that it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for all your support with the channel. If you haven't done so, you'd like the stories that I'm producing, then please like, share and subscribe. And I'll be back tomorrow with another just chill and chat. We'll have the weekend coming up point with tomorrow. So take care of yourselves, and I'll be back tomorrow. Cheers.